UW Health Clinical Dietitian Michelle Swader is back with us. Hello, Michelle. Good to see you.
Oh,
There she is. How are you?
hi. Good.
Now, back in the 1990s, there were questions about soy safety, some people avoiding it. What are the concerns and what do we know about soy products today?
Yeah, well, the concern started out that there is a lot of similarity between some of those compounds and some of our compounds of our hormones. And so there was a concern about would that have an impact on cancer risk or other sort of hormonal situations or even infertility. The problem was that we only had short-term studies on mice and rats. And now that we're able to look at some decades-long studies, we found that those are pretty much unfounded concerns. In fact, soy is a cancer preventer. It helps prevent recurrence of cancer, a lot of anti-inflammatory properties, and there have been no associations with hormonal problems in male or females. And also it can actually help fertility. So for the vast majority of people, soy is a healthy product.
But are there groups that people should avoid? Are there groups of people that should avoid soy products?
Yeah, not very many, and one is pretty obvious. Soy is a major allergen. So obviously, if you're allergic to soy, you want to avoid it. And also you want to look at your ingredients labels, because now you can start seeing some soy-based ingredients. So even if it's not something you might think has soy in it, it's always a good idea to check your labels. And then the other population that's being looked into is people who have hypothyroidism. It's still in the early stages of research, but we just wonder if people who have hypothyroidism shouldn't have an excess of any kind of soy product. So if you do eat a lot of soy and you're trying to regulate your labs and your medications, I encourage people to always talk to their doctor or their dietitian about the soy that they eat.
Interesting. So what kind of products are we talking about here? I think of soybeans and think of beans out in the field.
Right. And that is the minimally processed bean, is just eating the soybeans. The other good whole-based, minimally processed would be something like tempeh or a tofu or miso, and those are basically still using the whole bean to get the nutrition. So if you're looking at something like textured soy protein or another protein that's soy-based ingredient, you're going to still get that protein, but you're going to kind of strip away all the nutrition. So it is best to do those whole ones that I mentioned, the tofu and the edamame itself.
So that's what you're making things like that. Mm-hmm. Tofu, edamame. Where do you, outside of a grocery store, can you find soy products anywhere?
Yeah, they are starting to be quite popular. I mean, always in the coffee shops, you can get soy milk, but now you can get things like roasted and salted edamame beans for a snack. The current craze is definitely the plant-based meats, so things like the Impossible Burger that you can buy at home or that you can get at Burger King. KFC is coming out with a plant-based chicken now, and the thing to watch is they all have different sources of protein. So some are going to use a lot of soy, but you're also going to see some pea protein and some chickpea protein. And if you're someone who's looking for a plant-based protein, it doesn't really matter which protein you have. It's really only a cautionary tale if you have an allergy to the soy that you want to make sure that you're watching for those ingredients. But any sort of plant-based protein is something good to try.
Okay, so the Incredible Burger, that's soy.
It's a mix of soy and pea. Some chickpea is also pretty popular. But yeah, every company is going to have their own special recipe.
All right, healthy way to start the new year. Michelle, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Stay warm.